Hello there, it's me, Sari, here again, and today I'm here to show you a sort of quick way of making a shaker card. And I just found this rather easy method of going about it. First off, I used some short pieces of double-sided foam tape, and I just thought that there must be a better way to do this, so I went on using a piece of funky foam that I cut to size. But let's just get things started. You will need a piece of paper to stamp the motif on, and in this case I'm using a stamp from Memory Box. And you will need a piece of funky foam. You do need to put some tape and glue on it so it will stick and prevent the pearls and everything just to slide out. And then you're going to need a piece of acetate of some sort. I just used something from a package, and transparent foil, transparency film it could be called. And these are for laser printers, but it doesn't really matter. You could just get something for your overhead thingies, something like that. And since it is see-through, you can hardly see it. And then it's nice to have something in the front, and in this case I've used the biggest square stitch die from Lawn Fawn, and then I also die cut a circle with a die from Quick Cuts. Any kind of a circle die could do, of course. And so let's see, and I'm going to use my MISTI because the stamp that I'm using is rather tricky. And let's see if I can just get started from the get-go and just show you the process completely, because I have been sort of a bit sloppy perhaps earlier on. Let's see if I can turn this one over, make the most of the paper. And in this case I'm just going to put a piece of paper here just to have a guide of where I'm ending up when I'm stamping. It's also nice to have some kind of a template for the shape of the circle and everything, so you could just make it the same size you're going to make the funky foam. And in this case I just made it 4 3/8 times 4 3/8. I'm just going to put it in the center, in the corner there, and I'm going to hold it in place with a magnet. Let's say I didn't have the stamp in its place. I could just try to see, is it there? And I could just try to feel if it's going to be in the center. And then I'm just going to have a look-see. Will it look straight? I could just have a look-see at one of the houses there. I mean, I'm just going to follow that line, and it does look rather straight. And then it's going to pick it up by itself. It's nice like that. I'm going to use some ink from Memories, and it's a turquoise color. And I do have to ink it up quite well, because this is sort of a solid stamp, and they do need a lot of ink. And the good thing about the MISTI is that if you see that you haven't got enough ink, let's see if I can do it like this. And I'm just going to show it to you. It does look rather nice, although just look at the left side. It is more on the left side than anything else. So I really could use shifting it a little bit. There's more white on that side, so perhaps I ought to just try to make it go a little bit more to the left, and just to see where I'll end up, I'm thinking of just turning the paper to have a guideline of where I am. And these magnets are really strong, they are. So now that I know that it has a tendency to just go too much to the right, I'm going to do the same thing, follow that line to see if I'm straight enough, and ink it up again. It's nice to do it on a scrap piece of paper so you don't waste anything. Now it seems like it's going to be too much on the left side. You see? So I have to adjust it a little bit. So I'm thinking that perhaps I could just move it a little. And perhaps I could even before when I have done this, I mean, I've just lucked out. It has been perfect from the get-go, but of course, when I'm trying to make a video, it won't cooperate. Now will it? just put some ink there. And you see, I did shift it, but I shifted it in the wrong direction. So I need to shift it in the other way. Let's see if I'm just going to follow that line there, perhaps. Put it down with my finger, add on some more ink. It doesn't look nice, does it? You know what, I'm just going to try to put it in the center as I did before. And I need to think about the fact that I want it to be straight as well. Because my main thought is that I want it in the center of the hole, of course. I'm not happy. Of course I could just shift the paper a little bit to this side, but then I'm going to lose the effect of the square of the corner. And I really want to use that corner. So I just have to fiddle with this. Let's see, there is quite a bit of wiggle room there. Let's see. So we're going to ink it up again. Well, now it's all right, isn't it? You can see there's sort of an equal amount of white around it. And as long as I keep it there, I'm going to be sure that it's going to end up in the right place. So now I'm going to need that white piece of paper that I wanted to do the stamping on. It seems to be here. So now I'm going to put it in the corner, and I could of course have this one there just for fun, but I don't need it now because I have placed that one there already once. So now I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to press it down. And here it's nice. Well, I did actually get a really nice coverage for all of it, but I could try it out, just adding on some more ink, just to see if I can intensify the blueness. So now I have a more intense color there. So I'm just going to put both of the magnets there, and I'm going to put this one like so. I don't need this one anymore. So now I have a beautiful sort of a snow globy thing. I mean, memory box of course does have a die for this as well, but I'm just going to make it work with the things that I've got at home. And now it's important for me to just glue this one down on top of this one, and I have put some tape, some strong tape like this, and I have peeled off the backing just to save some time in this video. And when it comes to gluing things down like this, I'm just trying to make it work using corner by corner like that. You see, the end result isn't that good because now there's a lot of space here. I don't like it, but I'm sure just you're going to understand the principle anyway of this. And well, I could be smart, of course I could, although I know that just trying to make it work like this. So when it came to die cutting the circle and everything in the center, I just sort of eyeballed it and tried to make it work. Now the thing is that you have to take into consideration is that this piece of foam does has its own height, of course. If you would like an even deeper shaker card, you could actually put two of these on top of each other, and then you would get even room for even more of these pearls and everything. But I'm just going to use the smallest pearls that I've got here, and I'm going to use two swords because I just want the effect of snow be somewhat striking. And then you see it's going to move like this. So now I need to take the acetate, which I have cut sort of to size, perhaps a little bit smaller than the outer part. You might as well just go for the same size because then the tape won't stick to anything it shouldn't. But it really doesn't have to be as big, as long as it's going to close these small pearls in. And then it's up to you just to try to make it look like it's going to be alright, try to find the size, because it doesn't really have to be straight on the back side, because then you can actually put it on a piece of card or something later. So in this case you could just glue this one down and have yourself some fun shaking that card. So that's my tip for making a shaker card, using the MISTI as well. So I'm going to sign off right now. Hope you have some fun making your own shaker cards, and hope to see you soon again. Bye bye.